all the time. Osofo.
Senior.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Na Angel, where are you?
Oh, Minjajwa.
So what is happening?
Good evening to your wonderful viewers. Before I answer your question, I want to say this. Any day, any time, if there's any nonsense going on in this country, I will rise and talk. I will keep shouting. I'll keep pointing the mistakes. If you're a politician, it is your responsibility to either like me or hate me because you don't fit me. And until we begin to do that, we can never, ever save this country. I am not afraid. I am not worried. I am not perturbed. I am not disturbed. I am a happy man. I am enjoying my family. And the 30 days they say I should stay home. Thank God, man. Charlie, many beji bruta.
Or they say stay home for 30 days?
Yes, 1 month. Now,
but Captain, are you not a member of the management of Angel?
Well, I am the director of operations for ABN.
ABL is what?
ABN is Angel Broadcasting Network.
Okay.
Yes.
How many radio stations in there?
We have more than 20.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes.
And you are operations manager for all of these radio stations?
Director of operations, yes.
Director of operations for all of that?
For ABN, yes. I was home yesterday after my birthday bash on the radio and TV. The CEO called me.
Who's the CEO, by the way?
Bronzy.
Okay.
Bronzy
is a nickname. What's his name?
I think Champo.
Okay, Mr. Champo.
Yes. Called me that he has something to tell me. And then he started talking. There's so much pressure coming from left, center, right on the founder and president and blah, blah, blah. So he wants me to call the president.
He wants you to call the president?
Yes, the president. I mean, our founder and president.
Oh, your
Dr.
founder.
Kweku
Okay, okay. Angel Dr. Kwesi Otin.
Kweku Otin.
Kweku Otin. Okay, okay.
But I shouldn't let him know that he asked me to call him. I said, what's happening?
This is getting interesting.
So I told him on the phone that the night before yesterday, na many information saying Crawford share or coffee shop or a plan with some people already.
Coffee shop, yeah,
oh, massa.
Laboni coffee.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Captain Smart is becoming too loud. He's making some people unpopular. He's making this unpopular. He's doing that and that. A whole lot of things. So yesterday on air, I said that, look, if today, Kweku Otin says, Captain, praise God, I will leave. Because I am not a lazy person. Yes, my brain works, Papa. And I'm afraid, Doc.
Doc is Kweku Otin.
Yes, that's right. It's Crawford friend who are buying their church on the letters from Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA4 Tata no Nina is because Yaseme Kasadodo. I'm saying
GRA4 Tata so on the one sika na.
Well, I don't know. These are the things he said.
That's what he said.
Yes.
All because I say Captain Smart Kasadodo.
Yes. I'm saying I then also ya catch and say me say 7. Nana Adone Dr. Bawumia ni Alancha Martini IGP. Omo ye Jimmy for. Now me say on air. No say yes, you said it on air. I'm so penny. Met me can be a warrior. But to go to that extent, to say that the president of the land, the vice, the IGP, and Alancha Martin, omo ye Jimmy for there. No. If you can provide me with the evidence, I will apologize to the world and resign from your company.
But your shows are recorded.
I mean, they are on Facebook Live. The conversation, of course, one or can say, and nam sa pressure nintino. Sene ye point juma. Obepese anka ben tweme ho kakra. Na ade no mu dwa pressure na ye dem man no ba forma. I'm so okay. If that is what is going to help you. Because I'm just one individual. Or you have this whole lot of companies. If Captain Smart alone would bring your company down, why not? I'll do that for you. It's enemy Kwaduma. started the show. After the intro, then he called, said, pressure samba biom.
Say now started.
Mr. T show no.
You call it
5:30.
Anopa Bofo, yes.
And you know, I'm so okay. And then when you
At about what time in Ofrel? Because 5:30 they are how much you?
No, me started 5:30. 7 minutes after 6 in the morning. And Ofrel. I'm so okay, senior. Let's know.
Why in the Ofrel?
Dr. Kokoti.
Onwankasa. Seseng.
Say in common you're born and run any idea no or can say can main train and then I'm saying no, you said let me work today. No, said sign communication when you call crashes here. It's okay, senior. Let me drop this.
Oh, so you had to stop the show?
Yes, so I did.
But you have news at 6.
Yes.
So this is after the news?
That's before the news ended.
Before the news? Oh, so the news was going on when
yes.
he spoke to you?
And then I said, okay.
So did you go back after the news to
No,
sign
I did
off?
not. So the other team members had to continue and then that's it. So he told me he sent the general manager of 1029, that's Kojo Singh, to bring me a letter. Yesterday around 10:49 thereabout, I saw my brother calling. He said he has something for me. I said, what do you have for me? He said, I've been asked to bring you a letter. I said, letter at this time? I will not be allowed to step out. If it is about me stepping out for some time, I just spoke to doctor. So there's no need for that letter. I saw him, took a shot of it, sent it to me on WhatsApp, and that's it.
What is in the letter?
Well, the letter says that I've been too hard on Nana Addo, the vice president.
In the letter?
In the letter. I mean, they said I've been using some harsh words on the president and the vice president and then the IGP, and that he's called me on several occasions to stop those things and I'm not stopping and all that. And for that matter, I should proceed on suspension for 1 month and then after 1 month I resume. So they gave a date, that's today, and then next month, 4th
June.
4th June.
You're supposed to resume on the 4th June.
That's what the letter says.
So technically it's a suspension.
That's what the letter says.
For assets where using unprintable words against high profile
according to the
officials.
letter.
Okay, but what has been the focus of your morning show by the last?
You see, I have decided, you did Faber also this evening.
Yes, yes.
You just did Faber also.
Yes. That's what you call Faber also.
Yes.
We call it the editorial.
Yes. Faber also is facing the reality all other broadcasters are afraid to talk about.
No holds barred.
No. You pick the issue, you research, you call people with brains to feed you with the needed information so you can also give it out. Sometimes.
And it's called Faber also.
Faber also.
And it's every day?
It's Mondays and Wednesdays.
What time?
From 8:30.
Oh, okay. So Monday, 8:30, Faber also. So the traffic is coming there?
Yes.
The whole Facebook traffic is coming there?
It's always there. Mondays and Wednesdays. Then I have the Anopeja. The show is Anopabofo. Then we have the Morning Fire, the Anopeja. Right after the news, you throw some small fire.
Against who, the fire?
No, I mean, issues happening. And this whole thing is CNO was about, from Galamsey, and then to Yeka Yedie as of mine.
Oh, the national debt, yes.
Yes, and it started from the IGP.
Why?
You remember saying that you police photo by heart. Yes, bullion van police need team yabody to only bulletproof. Police need them heart yekuno. And I was like, really? We live in a country, 21st century, and police officers are sitting in bullion vans with this long-wheeled weapons. Say police in the two or the shed door in change say no was out to door name. It is say obi nipa boni bi even want to attack them. They di kind of car ni movie no as I say obi door no and so what to no na baby a woti obi then obi to be credit by the time I obi to no kra no the nipa na kum.
Yeah.
It drew time I say you jaisa. And I said it and I will repeat.
So you are talking about the arrangement of the police people when they are on patrol.
Exactly.
You think they should hold a gun themselves, a small gun?
I mean, they should have some side arms. That makes it easier for them.
Why were you blaming the IGP for that?
But who is in charge?
Okay, he is, yeah, of
He
course.
is. And I said that, look, when you're careful about the West IGP, because he had already gone on radio, promised that you had two police in Fakatuem.
Yes.
Akatuane by.
I don't know.
Amma.
Oh, you're sure about that?
Amala.
We'll check here.
Amma. Till today, ask the police
We'll check here with
officers.
Ministry of Finance.
Oh, Ohene, am I? I will not sit on this huge platform.
Okay. Inti Ambano.
And then I said that, look, IG, when you're careful, obey the West IG. Then somebody from somewhere calls me and say that on man pennyphobia, on we penny for protection. A man will say you need to keep quiet. And I said, me, keeping quiet. Now I'm sure innocent police officers. Yabubo mutu, they don't sleep. They are the people to protect us. And they are being killed like Nkoko. And you want me to keep quiet? I would not.
Okay, so this Faber also is focused on the security of the police.
This one was, it's talks about a host of other issues. You know, this one was on security, and then about Galamsey. I said that Galamsey is going on in Chebi. It's still going on there. And I said that if Nanado, my president, I admire so much, if he really wants to paint a very beautiful picture that he's really on against the fight against Galamsey, he should stop the Galamsey and I want to Krumu. And I will say it again.
Did you show videos of the Galamsey?
Oh, I did. So
you showed videos?
I did. So
you have the videos?
I did.
And
so
the videos show that this is Chebi?
So Galamsey.
Not Esiakwa, not Achim Kutuku, not Swedro.
When you say, everybody knows. My team members were invited by some chiefs. And I said that, look, Galamsey ni Jaya, stop Ukromu there. And I will say it again, Nanado.
No,
if you are indeed watching me, I am saying that
he may not be watching
Galamsey no Jaya, stop Ukromu Galamsey first.
Okay, but do you have evidence that
have you been there before?
I've been to Chebi before, yes.
When?
Oh, it's been a while. I went to a funeral there the last time.
Kwachina. Oh, I mean, Chebi is not as huge as Accra. Yes.
So you have the evidence of that. So you made the point about the presence. No Galamsey no be on the
Krum.
No Mujaya na Ebejai Ghana there.
One said the TNS say and penny force your bottom free fee. Yes. But then if you shall say would fee. It is
a presence, no, a policy work, a broad
answer. If you have a policy, and the policy out what they ban, say you are the bonia, not a big cost will be what tiny baby are free. That's a policy, no, and then baby fufra. What I'm saying?
There be someone there, Obu Amai, Abino Obu mining na
Chebikan.
Intino, so could Jai Chebi, dear Galamsey, no, Nessa when Jai Kentin Chrono, Diana.
Debbie,
Yakocasa, Fernana Kufado, where Jai, the Chrome, the Mama Jai, Kentin Chrono, then their Coswa.
And so Debbie, and so back open the Bube or Ghana. Say at Chimqua or Num Brimu. Brimu Nide. One will Brimu any. One said a Brimu.
And Matthias said, but some
said the Benya, you see.
That's what personalizing.
No, I'm not personalizing. I am saying that. You want near man getting Ketibi we are here. Say a coso, not a biwo na hoa. As I said, what should say? A yenim gracia cry.
And take out this one hour presence and a 7 hour presence and a 7 hour feature beer. Never Galamsey Kobe beer and Cap Dan, but
and before. Soldier for no call other places, no. Nanka what they jai dada. One who said,
soldier for that's all small
Paul. Say, we are the president of this phone, assuming this phone is a country. Not the corruption index of Krumi 85%. Ubet me could no be and the Krumu dear, 2% one catch and corruption.
So the mini jurisdiction.
As women say, you invite us a cocasa.
I said, Cocasa and just all jurisdiction.
Exactly.
But jurisdiction now, Ghana, and Ghana man, jurisdiction at the crow and a Kobe beer. It is a Galamsey, and that's a 15 villages to identify, 12 rivers to identify. Yeah, policy no to clear all the 12 rivers. Yeah, isolated Chebi say me free home to minion in temp.
No, you see, this is the problem. This is the major problem we're facing. Right? So we will fear that or how we will fear. If fear no how no, as I said, you solve it if you know how no and them. But say, a quiet say, a coso baby, and a fair needy and my president or Tiago. So what can say, yin jai. Now, on no one, a wounded crum no. Now, say one of the newspapers, they say, and your Ghana from Pobuna, a ye galamseno. A ye one free Guinea, Malians, and blah blah blah.
Okay, so your problem of your fight.
That was one. And then the third one was on Ghana Yeka idea. Let me read something.
Yeka idea. And also now President Assembly and I said Finance Minister now Dr. Baumia.
I mean, can you even sure?
Okay, so you're still watching Good Evening Ghana.
We are the Public Debt Statistical Bulletin 2020 prepared by the Treasury and Debt Management Division of the Ministry of Finance Ghana. Okay.
Camera.
Paul, are you ready?
Yes.
See. Gross public debt as at the end of December 2020 stood at 291.63 billion Ghana cedis. And that is $50.83 billion, representing 76.1% of GDP, and an increase of 33.6% compared to the stock in 2019. The public debt, as at the end of 2020, comprises external debt of 141.80 billion Ghana cedis, and that's 24.7 billion. 37% of GDP, and domestic debt of 149.83 billion. That's $26.1 billion, representing 39.1%. The total stock, blah, 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 blah. I can forward it up to you.
Yes,
when you read this,
this is the national debt.
Yes, it tells you
the concerns about the national debt.
It tells you that the domestic debt alone represents 76.1% of our GDP.
Yeah, that is owed to the banks in Ghana and other domestic, if you like, books.
And you think it's not a worrying trend?
No, it is. I'm just asking what you did with that.
So I said this, that during Mahama's time, Mayor, one of the people, I was very critical about how the economy was managed under John Dramani Mahama. It do, baby, no. Na mi kofi kura na msuru. Yes, we have Faber was on a sana. I had a jet to a tour. Ntina no she.
Sometimes some okay now I don't FM.
No, I don't FM. You do baby crana management to me for catch was wood for and then they now wash you. Them say Ghana first. I don't have any other country apart from this country. That time now a 69%
of GDP.
Of GDP. As if say Ghana a berry. Now it's 76. Then I said, at that time, me kind some hammer bone.
Okay, some hammer bone.
Because with GDP now, what can we see? We are seeing now boom we. Let's say see can I yet can say ya.
When say no mood kakra.
No mood. Then it is a sanity here there. And the other Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Say now catching and say, "What about mob is here?" Yeah, but Bobby say by heart to say the
about smart borrowings.
One Bobby say by heart. Men are now at a grassy one smart borrowing. No matter kono. Just a one Bobby say by heart. That's the way to me. Bobby say somebody here you mean. Our Ghana her banks a canko our dear. 76.1% of our GDP there. And then one more time, Mahama.
Ah, sana kai.
Yes. And you see, senior.
Now I'm sure be a COVID-19 na be a baby sana. COVID-19 say na say ko for babet na fie say workers babet na fie na atua won ka
COVID
e wi a ye mom
to but worker be na kwet na fie won yi o madi no
there be see you be edi
no why
workers say COVID lockdown time so
lockdown we be say even private sector ni pado do kwet na fie
private sector dey mu yi nkrofo edi aban dey when you be
na say aban no taxes no ye jai tua
taxes dey be why ye jai tua
taxes anka say ye tua ni na ye jai tua
a bit say petrol and cost
check Ghana revenue na there be na say
Ghana revenue authority there no ma check ICOMS no and this are at the
check it Paul check it ma check petrol and cost I na say petrol and cost
so samre no
enti adin say there be afi be say petrol cost
there be the American say COVID time no you say we Ghana post akotena fie wotina fie cry betua oka itua onka Wo fie no so.
Ebi ko na ebi ba o.
Lockdown no de ne obia lockdown proper
lockdown they say na call lockdown.
Obia ko fie Satan no wo fie. Na nsuo a wo betua ka no water utilities no so. Wakotena fie na yesen tua ka na ban se mentua utilities. Nti na maka na kosoro kakra. Ana kapsi. I'm making. So me more ECG. Yes, Paul, I don't want to read more ECG because nephew and person be yare COVID aba. Yan person be yare into because nephew. But what's nephew the year 1,000 cedis. 1,000 cedis be send the amount. 1,000 e de mama me me yimu 200 tia water. Yes, water na men ntia o de nephew na fa water ni free. Says ani me be ma
one no mu use Ghana water nso na.
Omu use Ghana water nsuo just a borehole for na.
I on your day.
I sound the no
You see, Paul, this is what I'm talking about.
What I'm saying is COVID no and me mad debt in cost
and if we are not careful, we'll be singing certain songs any dancing mood. And it is very critical on us as journalists to stand for this country, not our personal interest.
Correct.
Look, if you look at the trend that Africa, leadership in Africa echoes to see our own. Mark my words. The next 10 years of us, ahead of us, if this is how we're going to manage Africa, Africa cannot contain the African.
Say, Ohiani Nyomanana.
Share. People say, Yamem Mebunejuma, Yamem Mebunejuma. Now we are churning out 275,000 graduates a year. What's the plan for them?
No, Assemble.
What's the plan? Paul, somebody should tell me.
Assemble.
And
it requires a national conversation.
No, you hold on.
Yeah.
275,000 graduates, university graduates a year. So if you pick 2019, just 2019, 2020, it's 275,000 times 2 plus 2.
500,000.
500,000.
More.
Then you come to 2021. This is what we're talking about. That the African youth is not a foolish person. The African youth has got a brain. The problem of the African youth is that the leadership is not helping the African youth. Leadership is supposed to create hope.
Since when? Since forever.
It doesn't matter since forever. When you were born, if it is forever, you should have still been a baby. But you are now called Mr.
Because the African youth are and the lack of hope for the African youth. Is it a perennial African problem?
Do we always have to sit down and say that is the problem of the old, so no solution?
No. I'm saying that it calls for a national conversation.
The national conversation,
national
conversation, we've had it over and over and over and over and over
again.
And you're sitting here, Paul, you know very well. Every government comes to say, I've created jobs for the youth. I've done this for the youth. Where?
So solution is there.
The solution is that we need quality leadership.
Great. Super. How do we get them?
Oh, Senior. Are you sure they are not aware?
No, but how do we get them?
Are you sure they are not aware?
So
when you have a vice presidential candidate who stands before the entire country and tell you that 2 years into the Nanado I voted for.
When?
2020 elections.
I've
said it on radio.
And to 2016, man, to 2020.
I have said it on radio.
And then at 2020, Utumano.
Oh, I didn't say that I meant Utumano. I voted for
so Utumano there, and you are passing a correct verdict on his first 4 years.
That is why I'm saying that. If I love you and I truly love you from here, I should be able to correct you and let you know that Paul, baby, I will quay.
Now, Captain, December, wako to Obama Pape endorsing his first 4 years. May was wabon.
Into me banning, me pure school fees and rat. Me pure school fees and rat. Na and then me baffy. Now, mamma catch him so wafa bo at the Abubo TV with your own antimaminka.
Over can I marry a shot? Generally to me, and then realization the buyout to me who
see, and only a problem I go Africa. There's no short time in governance. Every time counts.
Okay.
And I am waiting to see a day my hometown chief will not go begging for my road to be constructed. I am waiting to see one day one Ghana where Captain Smart can wake up at dawn and there's still light. I am waiting to see one day a Ghana where people will not queue just for a bottle of water. I am waiting to see one day Chinese will not take over Ghana, that our water river bodies are destroyed, left, center, right. They give us poison and they take our cocoa away. I want to wake up one day and see a Ghana that the teeming youth around We're not going to have...
You want to see a Ghana beyond aid?
It is not about the aid. You can't live without aid. Sitting here as a host, people are helping you. That is aid. Nobody under the sun can ever live without aid. But you cannot live without your brain.
So
we need to make sure our brains are functioning.
These are the things you said on Fabio also when you say that.
And
you stand by them. And you are making...
I'll keep saying them.
But...
I can be sacked tomorrow.
Obia born is man. Is this something that you think we should continue?
And what is wrong with that?
Oh, that's casting.
It's not casting anything. Incompetent.
Incompetent.
What wrong?
Nichi say untimi nya adwuma.
David.
Untimi nya adwuma na ide ama no.
And only your brofu tree that woka no. If you are not clever, nichi say.
Say unye clever.
What wrong?
Nichi say untimi.
Unye clever what wrong? Obi oye incompetent no onye clever.
Is it say no?
And these are the things that the African leader,
as a senior reporter, if you want to confront the government, Dr. Bawumia,
I will never confront
them
Bawumia
with this information. Listen, and the sort of.
Can I tell you something?
PTA. But I'm all interviewing that. I think you may have.
Once it was just about 10-15 minutes when I was on Adom.
Okay.
He came to Joy and then just passed through the studio. Paul, you know something?
Yes.
The last thing I would ever do is to insult Nana Addo.
Yes.
The last thing
you will never do that.
The last thing I would ever do is to insult Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. I was not trained up that way. But the last thing I would not do is to sit down for the Ghanaian youth to keep on suffering. I would not.
That's correct. Until you use your powers of advocacy. So we're advocates.
And I have said it
advocacy to do that.
Over and over again, and I will repeat. Look, say Ghana, on my way, ye hear moja, obi moja, and ye de work Ghana pania, ebe mo manya ye ya, se si ye metwenwo, ya metwemi moja mfako. Ghana must go beyond where we are today. Are you happy that
what's the next steps?
No, you see, the next step is that ye media no, say ye sorry abai bia be na juma. Not about Nanado's government. Not about the next government to come. It's about media and sorry. Say ade we enye. And the first thing we did,
the American media no sorry am to Trump no.
Ade ba ko ye ya. E bo aye ne say. First war against Galamsey. What happened, Paul?
Tell me what happened.
The entire media.
Yes,
rose in support.
Graphic led it, yes.
What happened? We succeeded.
Did we?
To a certain extent. But the political will went away.
The political will, no.
Oh, Basa.
And then it's always the problem.
And you're right. What it means is that the little things I learned from that first Galamsey war is that the media no yes sorry. Paul Kase in Suoni Tantra Hills. My vice president said that 2 years in the first term of Nana Danko Akufo-Addo's government, no community, this is what Dr. Bawumia said, no community would ever complain, would have water problem and toilet problem. He said it. Is Tantra Hill having water?
I don't know.
I live there. There's no water.
There's no water, okay.
Huh?
But he will get there.
No, you see, when you give me timelines, you expect me to pardon you?
He said 2 years.
You said 2 years in your first term. You haven't done that.
He's now done 4 years.
So why is the media quiet? Why are we quiet? I love Nana Addo. I like him. I respect him. I will continue to pray for him to be able to achieve something for this country. But when things are wrong, Abba, Massa,
okay, I get your point. I think it's fair.
Ye be na me kwa adwuma. Say ye se me nsamra na me je pene se me kwa.
And then okay can be beautiful. O je pene se obekọ se ya.
Wo mo 30 days ne so. Na me yere dwene ho. Na me je pene se me kwa. Me ko ka banku.
There will be a program.
Na me ko adwene na me fa be was no me yato atwene. This is what the media should begin to understand. Bro, I drive at night. Be fala pass na your station no one. Me 4 before 30. Na me call office. And I see that, and somebody told me, say, oh, Abroche in Uncle for homeless. And I say, Abroche kwan who port home.
But Abroche Uncle for homeless one day.
I say homeless for Abroche. Me cry me who be. Me cry Abroche me who homeless. But homeless run them for two council.
There be on the coats in the blankets be I know that torn.
Homeless no. Homeless no. Ne can you no.
And can you need a serious matter?
Homeless.
Can you need you need a very serious.
Homeless no. Aban dwene ne ho.
Aban dwene ho no so ampa.
You live in a country.
You
see, and as a media, no, as I say, no, excuse my French, I say we can't see clearly.
Into who agree with this culture of silence here now of some making
media. Abai muni pebi am frame say men kama no ntum na man kama no antum obeye me bibi. Enti I don't know of this culture of silence or whatsoever. But my boss say, yeah, man pressure.
Say no one some making. Some say and yet direct and affairs at no say to see in nam kwan bebre so.
Like Sam Jonah.
Sam Jonah san.
Me say small boy bit radio so did Sam Jonah tell.
Almost why then.
Hwe, I'm in sure there's Sam Jonah on. Time aje ku for ba him. Be the president of Ghana. That time na Ghana nyina no na ye gold na oboase ho no na ye tuo ye $121 million. Jay Kufuor picked him, and one man called Mr. Bannerman. Okay? And then Anglo Gold for home. The first 6 months
of Anglo Gold,
your revenue moving from $121 million to $365 million.
Revenue for the company and now for Ghana.
Oh, send it here. And the more revenue ni cost no. Now also we share the woman increase.
But by the time Anglo Gold be fine, Ghana shares not tiako kra.
Na tiako.
But say 121 na nyina ye dia na say 365.
The golden share na
13%.
The golden share na woman. Na we hin.
Anglo Gold is free mu.
Esa ba ya dan samba.
Asamba.
Jay Kufuor time.
Say go for bania o gonna go this.
The media is quiet. Ya kwa koto Sergeant for badge. So we must have Sergeant for badge. E we hin. Na ade na
for badge energy generating
plant. Ade a yes square. Na you 2 round hole.
No mekai sasem.
Okay. Osaje for badge is more than $300 million. It's sitting in Western region and rotting
till today.
And you want me to keep quiet? I would not.
Yo, Captain. I'm saying okay. And you know to say
21st century, Greater Accra, capital city of Ghana. In
Futukwai they are also.
And you want me to keep quiet? No.
So you are saying that the media should address developmental issues and failures of politicians.
The enjoy said, some for me what you say, and when you say, and look,
they dealing with politicians.
These people are hungry.
Leadership.
Everything under the sun, Paul, is leadership.
That's
the rest are just effects.
That's correct. Leadership is the most important.
And if we fail, you see, sometimes you can have a good leader who is lazy. It would take the media to push that leader
to work.
Are we pushing the leaders?
And now, can I say? I think I get your point that media should do more to push our leaders to work and to lead properly. That's the only salvation for our country. And yes, sir, that's ever heard no. Arab Spring in Beba.
We didn't say over 400 radio stations in Ghana. If one day or 1 week, the entire media houses in the whole country says, "Yeniso na woka memeka sifa kan ka kwaku maleke ka we ka Kofi Adome ka na we ka na we Akosua Goba na hene ka peace na ye kwa." Who told you the government will not rise?
You should have
fix the country hereby. I didn't know about started church. It is because people are asking, and the media is supporting the people. Anytime you have a failed media, you have a failed country.
So the fourth is the most important.
If you have a failed media, you have a failed country. And gradually we are failing as media. On my essay, 30% a year.
We see media we are about my auntie leader no. Anyway, Captain, I'm not living upon home.
Okay.
So the next 1 month we are free. When my 1 week be
maybe they
come about development and
that's a high chair,
That's why. As I'm saying, I will catch one for where will be any more catching each other.
You see, I am a home at one. Then I first say, Oba, or then a back school, a single parent, or take chocodium, or te mamubi, or te teshi, or te makola, titini morim, none a ba every university. Esese onye adwuma ye na akwala na sambet na fie
yes I heard
na yesa to aduane ma no so okwa asoro kraje oje offering feed maame ho. The reason is that we are 35 years Africa ya dwen ya kofom dodo Paul 35 years with 5 years working experience. Akwala no wie university at age 20. And it's all chance obedi 35 years. That is one time I'm in papa and 15. 15.
Now 35 years okay for him.
I am one newspapers name. You advertise employment.
I'm a 35-year-old person.
I am one share.
There be me.
Oh, Paul.
When some graduates, younger people, not 35 years.
Paul, I share.
Some people 35 years.
Me yeah, share.
Send a middle level. Share a middle level person.
Who be we no? That Kolana we university no. Bet na fie no wasa be burden. Fortunately for them, no mo kwa so bi one ya church secretaries.
I know we adma so kakra.
No na ma so was asoro secretary. Ada offer number kase no so fu nya no kwan. Bo so like around. Why are we doing this to the youth?
We'll get there, Capsi.
Charlie, why?
We will shake be or her some in the Wesley girls for now.
And Paul.
I'm on for. We'll just take a short break. If you have Alvin Slaughter, please play it for me again. Next, I'll be speaking to Sheikh. I'll speak to him for just 10 minutes. I need to speak to him to be on our Facebook page so you can watch it in detail. If you are falling asleep, good night. Sleep. Captain Smart has given us food for thought. This is also going to be on video on demand on our Facebook page. Thanks. And Sheikh will join me. Sheikh.
Okay.
Simply carry on through life's toils and tests, the worst and best, never left alone. You see, always right beside me, he hears me when I pray. And since I first began, you've been my dearest friend. We give you all the praise. So we come to Lee College to say thanks. Thank you, Lord. Yes, we will. For all you've done. You see, I am so blessed that my soul is at rest. Oh, Lord, I give you thanks. Oh, yeah. Even in the valley, when everything's going wrong, even on the mountain, your loving presence makes me strong. See, each and every moment.
Text messages. If WhatsApp didn't come, what were we going to do? Sheikh Fatal. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Ha.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, Sheikh.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. We're sorry we kept you waiting.
Sure.
You know Captain Smart, he's sitting over there.
Yeah. Very big man.
Sheikh, there's a problem about this fasting and Ramadan, the holy month of Ramadan, observing the holy month, and Wesley girls.
Yeah.
The letters have gone round. You know, Wesley girls have spoken, Ghana Education Service have spoken, the Methodist Church has spoken.
Yeah.
Do younger people below the age of 18, according to Islamic tradition, must they fast?
Yes, it's recommended. that we take our children through the religious rituals, so that as and when they grow, just like the Bible says, you know, they teach the young ones the way to God, so that when they grow, they don't depart from it. So it's part of the Islamic rituals or requests that we should train our children in that way.
Should they fast when they are in school?
Well, regardless whether they are in school, wherever they are, I mean, wherever they are, they go along with their religious practices. My girl is just, even though she's 13, 13, but she started practicing the fasting even at the age of 8, 9, thereabouts, you know, but not full. We don't force her, you know. But now that she's 13, she fasts, unless when she's in her menses, you know. So, I mean, that is the religion, you know. And it's unfortunate the way the thing is going, you know. It's taking some trend that some of us are getting very worried, you know. We live in a very beautiful country, you know. I'm a Muslim, my mother is a Christian.
Oh, I see, that's interesting.
Yes, my mother is Christian. I have a lot of, you can imagine, I have a lot of cousins, brothers, sisters who are from the Christian faith. So when we see some of these things, it doesn't make some of us very comfortable, you know. It doesn't create the enviable, you know, picture that the world has of this country. So I think we need to really look at these issues as a national issue. Maybe it's going beyond just the cycles that some of us have lived.
So you think the school should allow the girl to fast? What about the other issues of she has to wake up early to eat? What should the school do with that?
Well, I think it's an isolated issue because growing up, some of us have attended Christian schools, even though I never attended a boarding school. But I've had friends who have attended boarding schools across the length and breadth of the country, not only Methodist church. We have the Presbyterians, we have the other Catholic schools, you know, and all the stories have come, you know, to some of us, and we are so surprised the stand that the Methodist Church is taking this time around. Mfantsipim is also a Methodist school, and we have a boy who just left Mfantsipim and is now in his first year in university, Legon. They have a place of worship. You know, he was even an imam when he was in the school, and he was fasting throughout. So we don't get where the Methodist Church is coming this time around with this directive, and it's unfortunate, you know. So maybe the way the calls are coming